Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Somebody actually asked me a question on risk management. Okay, so as you can see, the place I boxed in purple color, you can see the question there. So that's what has necessitated this video I'm making now. And in this video, I'm going to fully explain everything about risk management. Okay, I'm going to show you how to calculate your risk, how to calculate the pips you're about to risk, how to know the appropriate lot size to use, how to know the amount, like the money value of the very pip you are risking. All right, so stay put and watch this video to the end. Okay, so the question here said, meanwhile, like this video, and also if you are new, subscribe to this channel. Okay, let's go straight. Now the question said, it's okay, let's say you want to risk only 0.5% of your account size. How will you know the lot size you will use and where your SL will be before placing the trade? Okay, so the person is asking how you will know where to place your loss, your SL, and then how to know the lot size you are going to use when you just want to risk only 0.5% of your account. Okay, so in doing this, in answering this question, I am going to first of all show you a template of the formula you can use to calculate risk, to calculate pips, to calculate lot sizes and all that. Okay, so let's go straight to the next slide. Let me show you guys. Okay, so in some other classes we had where I taught risk management, this was the template I used. Talked about risk tolerance, that when it comes to risk management, you have to first of all know within yourself what you can tolerate, the amount of risk you can take. In a certain account, let's say you have an account of $100. How much are you willing to lose out of that $100? How much can you accept if your trade goes wrong? How much loss can you accept? That is what we mean by risk tolerance. Okay, now the next thing you want to know is how to set your SL, that's your stop loss. How do you set your stop loss? Because regardless of the amount you want to risk, there is a rule in setting stop loss. Regardless of the risk reward ratio you want in trading, there is a rule in setting your stop loss. As we all know that price moves from level to level. Okay, so assuming you have this level as your resistance and you have this level as your support, if price goes above this your support level, right? If it breaks above it like this and then comes back, that is a resistance. It breaks above it and it's coming back to use it as a support. It's going to retest it, and now you see rejection to the upside, so which is going to be your buy signal. So you are going to buy, all right, expecting price to go all the way up. Now, when you are setting your SL in this scenario, what you are going to do is this. Assuming this is your entry point, excuse me, let me change the color. Assuming this is your entry point here, your SL, no matter the amount you want to risk, your SL is expected to be below this low, right? Below this low, that's where your SL is expected to be. All right, this is where SL is expected to be. So for you, it's a responsibility to calculate or to determine the lot size you are going to use that will, that will not be too much, or that will not exceed the risk you want to take. Okay, so it's your duty to determine what lot size you are going to use, that even if you lose the trade, the amount you are going to lose will not exceed your risk tolerance. All right, now how do you do that? That's where we come to number 3. Number of pips to be risked. So you have to determine the number of pips you are risking. Now, you are going to use your cross share to determine the pips between these two distances. This is your entry and this is your stop loss, right? So you are going to use your cross share to determine the number of pips between them. Now, when you have gotten that number of pips, you have gotten your risk, your pips to be risked. All right. Now, after you have gotten that, the next thing you want to do is that you want to determine what loss size are you going to use to arrive at your exact risk tolerance. Assuming your risk tolerance is $10. Assuming your risk tolerance is $10. What loss size should you use to arrive to this $10? Assuming the pips here from here to here is assuming the distance from here to here, from your entry to your stop loss, is about let's say 20 what do you call it, 20 pips, right? Let's say 20 pips. Assuming this is the pips here, and you want to risk only $10. What loss size should you use to arrive at this $10? Okay, so what you are going to do is this. It's very simple. This is very, very simple. What you are going to do is that you are going to use this $20, which is your determined risk. You are going to use it to divide this $10 you are going to risk. If you divide $10 by 20, what you are going to have is 2, right? So the lot size you should use should be $2. Now this is the formula. I believe that is clear. I'm going to explain it better when we get to the chart. Okay, now this is the formula that I have. This is the formula here that I have given us, that I've put together for us to use whenever calculating our risk. Now, lot size determination. Look at your lot size determination. First thing, how to get your lot size is you have to get your money risk. That's the money you want to risk. Divide it by your risked pips. That's the pips you want to risk. Okay, the money you are willing to risk, which is your risk tolerance, divided by the pips you are risking, which is the distance between, that is the number of pips now between your entry point and your stop loss point. That number of pips between them is what we call risk. That's your risk. That's the pips you are risking. Okay, so the money you want to risk, the money you are willing to lose, that's your risk tolerance. Okay, so divide the money you want to raise by the pips you are risking. All right, if you do so, you are going to get your lot size. All right, now if you want to get the money you are risking, what you are going to do is you are going to say lot size multiplied by your risk pips. The pips you are risking multiplied by lot size, you are going to get the money that you want to risk. All right, yeah. Now the last one is that you want to get the risk pips. How many pips do you want to risk? To get it, what you are going to do is your lot size multiply it by the money you are risking. Very simple. So we are going to go over to the chart now. Let me show you guys how to do it. It's going to be more understandable there. Okay. Okay, guys. So now I'm going to show you guys how to set your stop loss properly. Personally, I use the break and retest strategy, as those of you that have been following me would have known. Okay, so look at it. I have this trend line here, and price has broken out of it. Actually, just as you can see here, price has broken out of it. So this is it, and also give me this candlestick pattern here. So I'm bullish. I was actually supposed to enter at this point, which I missed out, and then had to re-enter here because of certain confirmations I had. Okay, so this is where my stop loss is. My take profit. This is because this is where we have an unmitigated order block. So an unmitigated order block, because this is a break of structure right here. Okay, so this is it, unmitigated. So I don't want to say let me go here. It's my reverse from here. Okay, so playing safe, I have to put my stop loss there. All right, so that is that. Take profit, right? I have to put my take profit there. Okay, so that is that. And where my stop loss was, ab initio was here. Look at it. Like I told you guys in the previous part of this video, there is a way to set your stop loss. You don't just say because you want to risk less, so you bring your stop loss and make it tight. No. The reason is that price moves in wave, which we call market structure, right? It moves like this. This is the wave, which we call market structure, giving you higher highs and higher lows for an uptrend, and then higher lows, lower lows and lower highs for a downtrend. Okay, so for price that is going like this, for you to determine that it has changed direction, it has to go below the previous low here. It has to go below it, and this is what we call change of character. It has to go below it and begin to make other lows before you can say that price has changed direction. Otherwise, it can still decide not to even go below it. So it will just come like this. It will just come close. So let me just remove this. Okay, so it will just come this way. It will just come close this way and still continue to go up. All right, so for this reason, it is advised that, and not just that it is advised, you can backtest it. You can backtest what I'm going to tell you now and practice it. It is advised that whenever you are setting your stop loss, make sure you set it below the most recent low. Rather, assuming you are entering the trade somewhere here, assuming this is your entry, make sure that this most recent low here is your stop loss point. Even if it's at this point to enter the trade, let your stop loss point be here. Okay, except there is another low here that you can decide to put it there, but at the moment your stop loss must be here. Don't ever say because you want to risk less that from here to here is too much, and so you go and place it here. If it's too much, then know that if it's more than what you are willing to risk, then you probably should not enter, or you probably should reduce your lot size. Okay, so this is how to set stop loss. Don't pity yourself too much and then go and bring your stop loss and make it too tight. Okay, so what you should do is this. When you come like this, as I enter the trade here, let me move this thing. Okay, as I enter the trade here, my stop loss is going to be here. Okay, so knowing that I'm about to enter here and that my stop loss should be here, how do I now determine the right lot size I should use? Maybe this distance is going to cost me like $100, or maybe 60 or whatever. I don't know. So let's assume I don't know. So how do you determine what is going to cost you and the lot size you should use? Assuming you are ready to risk $100 or so. Let's just see. First thing you're going to do after you have set your stop loss with the method I taught you just now, the next thing you're going to use to pick your cross share. This is what we call cross share. This our cross here. This stuff I'm using, this cross here. That's your cross share. To get it, just tap your screen. You're going to see it here. This is it here. Sorry. This is it here. For those who don't know where to get it. This is it here. All right. Okay, that's your cross share. So I get it, and then I place it at my entry point. This is it here. You can use your two fingers. You're going to use your two fingers to drag it, and then it will become 2. Okay, so just place it at your entry. That's it. This is your entry now. Then drag one part down to your stop loss like this, right? Now you see, after you have placed it at your stop loss like this, you are going to get your PIP at this point. Look at this number here. That is your PIP, right? That is your pip, and you can see that we have 54.00 there. So we are just going to take 54. That means if I'm using one lot size, all right, if I'm using one lot size, that means I am risking 54. Okay, so let me take it like this. It is 54 pips. So you have it, 54 pips. 54 pips. Now you want to know the money value of that 54 pips. To know the money value from the what is it called? From the formula I showed you earlier before here, I told you that you are going to multiply the pip by what do you call it? By your lot size. You are going to multiply the pip by your lot size. This is the pip, like I said earlier, which is 54, and then this is the lot size here. So you're going to multiply it, and whatever it gives you, that is the amount you are risking in that trade. Okay, so we have our lot size to be 3.2 lot size, right? Now we are multiplying it with 54. We are multiplying it with 54. So let's go to our calculator. Let us go to our calculator to do the multiplication. Okay. This is our calculator. The pip is 54. Multiply it by 3.2. So this is $172.8 that you are risking in that trade. So are you willing to risk this amount based on your account size? Are you willing to risk this amount? If yes, go ahead. If no, then you have to reduce your lot size. Okay, so see, if assuming our lot size is just 3.0 or just 3, you see, the risk, the amount you are risking will be it will be $162. Assuming you are using 0.2 on this same number of pips, 0.2, which is the least lot size, you see, it will just be 10.8, just like that. It's just 10.8 that we are risking. Now let's continue. Okay, so we have gotten the lot size. I mean, we've gotten the amount we are risking. That is assuming you want to know the amount that it will cost you. Now, assuming you already have how much you want to risk, okay, let's assume you just want to risk only $20 in this trade. You want to risk only $20, and you are asking yourself, what lot size? You know that this is your entry point. Already you know that this is your entry point. Sorry, oh my goodness me. You already know that this is your entry point. So what you are asking yourself, and that this is your stop loss, okay, and that the pips is 54 between your entry and your stop loss, and you only want to risk $20. You don't want to risk more than $20. So the question you're asking yourself is, what lot size will I use to be able to arrive at this $20 per 54 pips that you are risking? What lot size will you use so that these 54 pips will just be $20 or less, not more than $20? So what you are going to do, I gave you the formula. What you are going to do is that money you are risking, okay, that money you are risking, which is $20, you are going to divide it by the pips, which is $54, okay? So which is pips, okay, sorry, money risk, the money you are risking, that's the risk divided by pips. Money you are risking divided by 54 pips, that's the number of pips you are risking between your entry point and your stop loss. So that's what we are going to do. Let's go to our calculator. The money we want to risk is $20. All right, so we are going to go to our calculator now. That $20, we are going to divide it by 54. pips. You see, so your lot size you should use should be 0.37, not more than that. 0.37, that's what you should use, or use 0.3 to be lower than, for you to risk lower than $20. But you want to get $20 or something close to it, make sure you use this 0.37. That's just how to get it. Okay, this is very simple, guys. This is very simple. I've shown you everything you need to know about it. Okay, so using that formula I've just shown you, using that formula, this is it. Where is it? Here. This is the formula. Using it, lot size equals money risk divided by risk pips. Money risk equals lot size multiplied by risk pips, and then risk pips equals lot size multiplied by money risk. Using this formula, you'll be able to get your risk, be able to calculate your risk properly. Okay, now how do you calculate your risk reward ratio? How do you calculate your risk to reward ratio? Now is what I'm going to show you. So to calculate your risk to reward ratio is very simple. Drag your crochet and place it at your entry point. Move it here. We already know that our risk is $54, right? I mean 54. What do you call it? 54 pips. That's our risk. 54 pips. Then your target is anything around this 88 pips. Okay, so you are risking 54 pips to get 88 pips. So what you are going to do to get your risk reward ratio, you go back to your calculator like this. Okay, your risk reward ratio is 88, which is your target, right, divided by 54, which is your risk. You see, this is 1.62 risk reward ratio. So you are risking $1 to get $1.6. Okay, so that's just it. 1.6 risk reward ratio. It's very simple, right? Very, very simple. So this is just how you do your calculation. Okay, if you have any question, let me know in the comment box below, and I will respond to that question almost immediately. Okay, so please like this video if you got value from it, and subscribe to this channel if you are new, and turn on the post notification bell. All right, also check the link below. You're going to see, check the description box below. You're going to see a link to our Telegram channel. Join there, trade our chart setups on daily basis and our free signals. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. This is the Alpha Trade saying it can only get better.